Okay. Interesting to see YM come down here. NQ is rising up. Koshik. Straddle's about 40 points today. Yesterday, Straddle was underpriced, considering we blasted like 100 points up. Once I got back to the computer yesterday, I decided to take a trade that didn't go my way, and it was in the middle somewhere. They were just horrible trades. And I went limit down on the Tradeify account, which kind of sucks. So I'm sitting at about 51,500 right now. So it's been it's funny because the market has been chopping so good that my account has also been chopping so good. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I came back and I was just itching to trade because that bottom was such a nice bottom. And I guess I was a bit annoyed that I missed it. Like the contractor came up an hour earlier than what he was supposed to come. But anyways, for me, today I wanted to see NQ sweep that Thursday high and then see what we do from there. What are you looking for? You had a funny trade? I need to hear about your funny trade. Hopefully it wasn't a stupid trade like mine. For SPX, I'm looking at 74.70. So about 20 points up from here, 25 points up from the high during regular trading hours so far. So I would like to see a potential rejection there if we do get there. And 70 would be higher than overnight highs. It was kind of ridiculous because there was a nice trade down and then there was a nice trade up. And I decided, well, because of the timing of everything, I just didn't work out, wanted to trade, and ended up, the market punched me in the face, pretty much. I don't. Oh, oh, I think we just swept. We did just sweep. Interesting. I thought if we swept on NQ, I thought ES would be much higher. Anyways, explain to me your funny trade yesterday, but maybe after hours or after we're done kind of watching the market here. We should probably focus and complain. I'll complain later about how undisciplined I am, or how undisciplined I was in that moment in time. Yeah, I am of the opinion. I think I'm biased down today. I'm more biased down today than I am up. No, no problem. No problem. Oh, did you take a NQ long or something? Nine, three, six. Yeah, so you're about as bearish as I am then. You're looking for shorts today, eh? Oh, oh no, that was a mistake. What happened there? I want to try a short. I was thinking about MNQ. I tried to enter there, but my take profit hit too quickly because it was based on 4 points ES loss and 5 points ES gain. Just trying a single one. on MNQ. I don't think it's ripe yet for the turn, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah, ES. Let's see where ES heads up. I wanted to see ES like 74.65, 74.70. And today is end of month, so we're gonna get some interesting flows. The JPM caller does roll today. I don't know the impact as much, mainly because there's quite like we're quite far. We're very far from the JPM caller level. I think like almost 500 points. Maybe 600 points. And that would be the closest one. So there's like no influence from... One second. Let me just mute this. Yeah, there's almost no influence from the existing caller. But when the new caller gets put on, we may experience some stuff. A lot of SMT here. Yeah, it looks like NQ is gonna head up. Or it's really trying to push anyways. And ES is pushing a little too. YM looks a little heavy. And VIX is headed down. I was banking on VIX up today. Especially after the Tuesday, June 23rd gap fill. Well, I would say the gap is pretty filled depending on which time frame you're watching, but on the 5-minute, we could still run down to 17.33. But I'm not in love with anything yet. I actually don't like what the 5-minute did. Wick below that 5-minute top wick candle. And then we're headed up. So which means we're gonna break the upside here, I would think. I just think I'm a little bit early, that's all. But it's just MNQ. I'm looking for an ES trade to the downside. And there's potential for movement to about 7,400, 7,390 based on the gamma chart. And I don't think there's any news today. Yeah, no real news today. Oh, U.S. consumer confidence. Is that real? Oh wait, I see JOLTS job opening and U.S. CB consumer confidence. Yeah, there is news, so my bad. We're chopping early here. The 1 minute on ES looks absolutely atrocious. Our VIX is about to test its low of day here. Overnight low on VIX. And if we do, then I would imagine that we get a reasonable push up here. But I'd still be looking for some sort of liquidity run and a rejection back down. But we opened dead center in the middle of the range on ES, which is why I don't have any real sizing here. Yeah, that took me out. Okay, now VIX officially gap filled. 1730. All right, so where are we? 74.57 on SPX. Overnight high grab on both NQ and ES here. We also have a gap fill at 74.72. So that's part of the reason why I was thinking we could reject at 74.70. 1 second, let me transition over here. I did not mark the gap fill here. Gap fill. Oh yeah, gap fill is up there, about 10 points higher. But I think 70 is probably going to reject, just based on the sheer size of that negative gamma. I'm going to watch for that anyways. Plus or minus 5 points. I know I won't like the 4-hour close though. I would actually hate the 4-hour close. 1-hour close too. Doesn't mean we can't pull back, but let's see. Yeah, I want this. I want this to go up just a bit more. Yeah, the sizing has since doubled at 74.70. I mean, it could also be one of those days where we just drift up into that positive gamma area above 74.90. But I'll try my luck if something sets up. Two losses on a day? No, that was like first half hour. But yeah, that's actually really good. I took 3 losses yesterday at about, I think, 8 points. That's how I basically went limit down on the day. Break even trade after the stream. Oh, you entered in. I see. Oh, wow. Wow. I see what you're saying. So you entered almost perfect timing. The pullback wiped you out, and then it went. And then it went 100 points essentially, right? $280 points. Oh shit. Oh, it's oh, is that NQ? You took it on NQ? This is crazy. That is crazy, man. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Did you take wait, how many points did you end up taking there? Or how many positions did you take? I think you took 2, right? Based on your standard stop loss of 250. 2 MES. Oh, I see. I see. Gotcha. Yep, we're almost at gap fill here. I'm not gonna enter early or anything like that. I'm gonna wait for some sort of signal. Oh, 2 M and Q, I see. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Man, what a wonderful trade that would have been. Whoa, some of the 7470 came off. About half the size in the 7470 came off. This is absurd. Actually, I did not adjust my straddle high here. Open was at 40. 40 plus 40, so we're looking at 81. About 81. Yeah, I'm not... This is crazy that I'm somewhat bearish today. This is absurd. Oh man, it just drops so fast. Like there's no opportunity to really assess. Yeah, no problem. Oh, that's interesting. Where are we going off to here? What pump this is. There's a gap fill. Wow. Okay, there's the gap fill. 7472. Not much here. It's in the way. I think we're just gonna pump. 75.35. Can't be bearish anymore. This is insane. 75.72. There's the gap fill. Perfect gap fill. Should be like yesterday. Let's see if it's like yesterday. Oops. Started legging in here. 3 MES. Yeah, I find that to be very similar to what I was talking about a few weeks back, where if I just took 10 points and just was happy with it, like my accounts would look so much better. Still 5 minutes before the 15-minute close. And that's the closest one that I'm going to be paying attention to, the 15-minute close. SPX and ES actually diverged there at the highs. So it is something to pay attention to. Yeah, it's a tough game that we play. Breaker short on ES. It hasn't broke yet though, right? The breaker's still not a breaker. Yeah, I wanted to see the 15-minute close. Still got 3 minutes for the close. But I kind of thought we can dick around until the 15-minute closes. Like this last 5 minutes that we were oscillating here. This is like one of the issues that I always have with trading reversions. It's like, do you wait until you get absolute confirmation on like a higher time frame? Where if you're wrong, the stop loss is pretty large. Or do you take it early and based on like a lower time frame, and you get stopped out, and then you re-enter and then you stop out, and then finally it goes. That's always been the issue I've had with reversal trades or reversion trades. Okay, let's see this close on NQ, 15 minutes, 1 minute left. And it did reach 74.72 for the gap fill. All right, there's a 15-minute close. Is that favorable? Kind of like it on MNQ better. Yeah, I'm not clicking anything here. I'm already legged in 3 MES on that Tradeify account. But I like this 15-minute close. I have to say it's been pretty bullish. Like everything right now. Like I wanted to see up into this gap fill and kind of see what the price action does today by the gap fill. I gave one MNQ a shot at 355. But I still think there's an SMT coming. Like I feel like NQ might do it. But I do really like the 15-minute close. But I think that there's a potential SMT. But I was willing to risk one MNQ at 40 points. But yeah, there's no breaker, nothing on the 1 minute that I particularly love about this trade. And we're pretty much chopping around, which I guess like I wanted slow. So in theory, this is slow. Still got another 10 minutes before the 30-minute close. I would love to see that candle close. Consumer confidence in jolts, eh? No, there's no... Oh yeah, there was jolts. Job openings increased, but consumer confidence is a little under. RTI 120. And today I got 1R. Yeah. Like, it makes you think maybe you should take 1 or 2 off, like half off at 1R, right? And then that would be a break-even trade essentially, right? If you take half off at 1R and you leave the stop loss where it is. Seems like we're in for a grind up. The upside profit shelf only kicking in above 74.06. Translation, we tolerate a slide here. There is front edge buying zone. Start watching 72. Yeah, they cut me out. Looks like we're gonna push on. Yeah, and VIX is just dropping here, so guess upside it is. Are you thinking about tampering with your trade strategy or your take profit strategy? And it looks like it's just going to grind up. I think my 3 MES are going to get knocked out. It's only 5-point risk, but not for now. Yeah, that's a good point. You keep saying for the first time, but you've been funded before. Mind you, it was the apex. Like, I guess this is your first time where you followed your rules. Oh boy, this is disgusting. Why are we chopping it up here? This makes me think grind up based on how we're chopping. And if we are grinding up, we got another 30 points to go, I think. Yeah, that's good. At least you're not taking like losses. Like they're break even, right? So I think you're good. To me, it's like controlled loss. So if you got a controlled loss, then there's nothing to really worry about. Yeah, it looks like ES is headed for the highs here. Made an equal high. I just didn't think we would grind up, especially after moving up overnight already. Maybe, like, I mean, if you're not taking any losses, then in my opinion, you're trading correctly. Like, or sorry, not trading correctly per se, but you're controlled. You controlled your downside very well. So if you control your downside very well, what more can you ask for, right? Like you should only be worried about downside. The upside, it'll come when it comes, right? Yeah, we're still hanging out around this 74.72 here. So I'm definitely still watching it, even though I got stopped out those 3 MES. But it really does look like it's just gonna grind up. Yeah, I'm not getting in front of it. Yeah, everything is just pointing to more upside, like it's a grind up. Like I wanted to see some sort of rejection at 74.70, but that rejection was only 10 points, and assuming you enter like blindly, like no setup, no candle setup, but just based on positioning alone, just knifing the position basically. But I did not anticipate a move up. Like I like moving up towards 74.70, but after that I thought that we might see some downside. $75.49. Yeah, I'll watch for that. $3,500 SPX. Still got another 20 points up. Yeah, it is amazing. What a run. high volume node or high value node here on NQ, which is causing some sort of reaction here. Nothing major because it doesn't show up on the higher time frames. Like you're trying another short? Looks good. I like it off the high volume node there. Interesting reaction there off that high value node. Odd because like the POC has not risen up yet. It's been building a bunch of nodes up here, but it has not technically moved up yet. The session POC, that is. But it's nice to see VIX bottom out at 16.9 there. I kind of like the 17 bounce because there's like it's such a major VIX level there. So if VIX is going to bounce, I want to see this thing come down. Where's your take profit there? Oh, your take profit is 75.17. That seems like a very reasonable take profit. It's slightly below the like it's actually at a LVN, a low value node, but should be good in theory. But there is a chance that this thing slides all the way down to the POC. VWAP, POC around there. 15-minute looks beautiful. But it's still got another minute and change. Yeah, so end of month flows. That's today. Tomorrow it releases. Hang on. We'll see. The paper trade might still be a break-even trade. Or not break-even. A stop-loss trade. The 15-minute hasn't closed yet, but decent bounce off that 70 level again. I think to see further downside, you got to see the 70 level go. $15-minute doji on NQ. On ES, we got a not the cleanest close there. Overnight high sweep on YM caused that rejection along with NQ high value node. ES is kind of at a high value node too, so. But if you want to see further downside, I would want to see 74.70 break. If 74.70 breaks, then let's see here. 74.70. I'd want to see 74.25 for a potential downside test. Which is absurd, if you ask me, but that's like 50 points. But in theory, could bounce 74.25. Yeah, it's just like 45 points. 45 points based on positioning. $74.80 was a straddle high, and we hit the straddle high. We got 11 minutes for the 1 hour to close. 1 hour close could close doji, but we're gonna have to mess around here for a while. For another 11 minutes. Value area high test at 23 ES. Yeah, it's official. I think it's official. It's a curse. It's just because, like, there's, well, I think you took this trade today on paper because you've exhausted your 2 trades, right? Like, would you have taken this if it wasn't, if you haven't exhausted your trades, would you have taken this trade? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. So I find that oftentimes you do trade paper when you've exhausted your trades. I mean, that's normal, right? And then based on like the issue that I have, which is the reversion trade, sometimes it doesn't play out the first time, it doesn't play out the second time, and then finally it plays out. And this is the finally it plays out. This is the third trade, right? And then the problem with other times is sometimes it plays out the first time, and it's and then you end up waiting it out because you're waiting for, like, for me anyways, I'm speaking for myself, sorry, but like, let's say day 1 you have the 2 losses. I have the 2 losses, and then I can't trade anymore, and the next one is the one that plays out. And then the next day I think about that, and it's actually the first trade that plays out, and I didn't trade it because I'm waiting for the perfect entry, which is kind of rough. But I want to see this move under. Like, this is looking real good here. A POC could actually rise up to 75.23 if we hang out there long enough. Because those are like the two peak of nodes. Yeah, that's a good point. But I often find that there's like I almost always need to be working on an eval just so I can like mess around a little. Like the rules apply for trades for accounts that are really close to being passed, or it also applies to live funded accounts and also my actual live account. But like I find that I need something, an eval, to take the trades that I couldn't take on a live account. $3.5R without hitting your break-even stop loss? Or would it have hit your break-even? So 4 minutes to the 1 hour close here. Gotcha. Oh, would it? Oh, you would move to break even after the first red move down on a short? Mind you, that was what, 5 points? 5 points? Oh, it did not. Sorry. That's good. That's good. Yeah, and the eval accounts also afford me the opportunity to, like, if I need to trade, or if I need to, like, if I end up tilting, for instance, it's almost always in an eval. Gotcha. This is going to be a massive 1 hour top wick here. 1 hour hammer or shooting star candle. Yeah, this 1 hour looks good. Yeah, the 1 hour looks good. The 15-minute has like a fair value gap there that if we are gonna go down, I would expect any imbalances to rebalance. Oh, you got out? Wow, you get the perfect exit. Wow. Oh, I see. You went for the overnight highs. Yeah, the overnight highs were good. Still a good trade. Doesn't matter if it's paper. Because you would have taken it if you didn't exhaust your 2 trades. But I have to think this wants lower. We might get the POC pop up here to value area high. $74.70 retest. And it'll be like a 5-minute head and shoulder pattern. Yeah, I would want to see 74.70-ish reject if further downside. That'd be an SPX number. SPX strike. But the 1 hour looks really good. Ooh, circle. Circle coming down. Okay. It's funny because 7470 came off almost entirely. 7470. Where are we at here from a daily gamma perspective? I'm shocked that the POC has not risen up yet. And VIX is actually headed back down here, which is kind of surprising. So far, it looks like a head and shoulders, eh? I'm just reading some stuff from Vol Signals at the moment. Yeah, I think Vol Signals wanted to play downside. He played some downside, but it sounds like he puked his position. It's funny. Man, what an epic 1 hour close, but this is really testing like coming up here. But I wanted to see us stay under, like, test the influence of 74.70, so plus minus 5 points, and then head back lower. But like, I would normally take a shot here, but because we're hanging above 74.70 on SPX, there is more room for upside. So I don't trust this. And VIX is actually headed down, which I thought we would start rebounding here back up to above 17, which so if VIX is headed down, I have to think like we're headed up on SPX. But at any point, VIX could reverse. So it's like not the best looking, it's not the best to hang your hat on. But everything about this move looks kind of bullish. I'm really thinking about an entry. But it goes against what I think will happen if we stay up here. The path of least resistance right now looks like 7,500 to me, which is driven by these strikes here. Very large strikes. And 74.70 used to be very large too. Yeah, I'm expecting POC to come up. I just don't know when or how, but I mean, NQ's already come up. Very interesting here. And if we're gonna expect if I'm gonna expect POC to come up, I'd expect us to hit and grind around 75.24 a little bit more. Yeah, man. I have to think this is gonna go up, right? Just based on like the gamma and everything, like it just seems like the path of least resistance up. And I don't like that it's holding 74.70. So I don't think I can position for downside. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the only thing I like is the 1 hour, and we're retracing most of that 1 hour candle, which is pretty wild. And it could very much like chop here. That's basically what kind of killed me yesterday. It was the chop on it was like a little bit of grind. It was kind of like teasing a little bit of downside, and then I just kind of tried to downside a little too many times. Well, 3 times, 8 points. Got killed. 10 points away from overnight highs. Overnight highs? Wait, are we talking about the RTH highs maybe? $75.49. Oh, overnight highs from that day. I see. Gotcha. Yeah, the June 22nd. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, the grind does seem like it's going in that direction. it makes a lot of sense, even from a gamma perspective. Yeah, it's interesting to see 7,500 and 7,505 grow. There was nothing there initially. So this is a short call spread, which means they're collecting premium at this level. Naturally, it is a positive gamma position when customers short this 7,500, 7,505 call spread. Basically an attraction point. At any moment, it looks like it's just going to break, right? To the upside. SPX already made a new high. It's just waiting for ES. Yeah, that's definitely a grind up. Man, I don't know that I would have been able to hit long on that. Like, I know that was the 5-minute doji there, high volume. Like in theory, if I was bias upside, I'd probably play the long there. But we were under 74.70, so I really wanted to see if we could hold under it for the most part. and see if the downside could play out. Especially a retest of POC, but at least that was my bias, I guess. But the moment that we held above like 4070, 7470, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm interested in any shorts here. And VIX is trickling down too, so. And we're about to enter the afternoon, which is when the JPM collar rolls. So there's going to be some other flows that kind of just come in here for end of month. Should be funky. I don't think it's going to be predictable. But the 1 hour candle is definitely the reason why I was looking for potential downside too. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, it feels like ES is about to just rip. But it's not doing it, which is very odd. Like, what is it waiting for? VIX is actually trickling lower, and SPX is already trickling up. NQ is also trickling up here. It's kind of funky, the price action. But yeah, if it, like, I can't play this anymore even to the upside. Like, I don't feel comfortable playing this, even though there's like a potential 10, 20 points there on the table. I just don't feel comfortable playing it to the long side there. To the downside, I'm waiting to see if something kind of like happens here. But it doesn't seem like it. CR. UNH. VO. There you go. NVO. Like, I feel like this thing wants to just pop up. And if it pops up, it's going to be like sudden. I'm just not willing to risk anything here. It's not as violent as I thought it would be. It just took the highs, but it is really slow. I thought we were going to get like this nice burst up. But I really thought about hitting a long there. It just seemed very irresponsible. Little bit of SMT here. Maybe that's what I wanted to do. Give a really nice SMT before a pullback. NQ still has not swept that high. It might still. Shorting would be against my thoughts on dealer hedging flows here. And we still haven't swept the 7549 that you were mentioning. I still think we're going to head up there just based on gamma alone. I understand gamma's not the only flow, but it just makes a lot of sense. Yeah, NQ's not following there. Oh, maybe it is following. I don't know. Let's see. No, no. I was just talking out through the market and kind of like, I do see an SMT here, but I think up is the path of least resistance for ES. But if we are going to reverse, this would be the reversal indicator. But this market's putting me to sleep. Sounds good. Yeah, I think I want to cut out too. I'm not really interested in today. I check out what's happening in the afternoon, but yeah. My bias is like completely obliterated. I was thinking downside, so. Anyways, yeah, we'll talk tomorrow.